Fellow viewers and listeners, this is a Theta TV. You are welcome to English orientation. My name is Madam Ghaimo. Our today's lesson is about the movement of the earth. The movement of the earth. Dear learners, this is English orientation. Therefore, for the students who have just completed their Standard 7 level, they have to get the knowledge, at least a simple knowledge of the language of instruction that is going to be used in secondary school. Thereafter, they have to be very much careful in concentrating the language skills. So it is now for this time, they have to take their pen so that they can try to note down while practicing the so-called writing skills. Also, they have to listen very much careful. At the end of the session, we expect them to gain new terms or vocabularies that can be used while they will be in their secondary school. Having said so, let us now try to discuss the vocabularies or the terms that can be used while discussing this topic or subtopic, that is the movement of the earth. The first term is the earth. The earth here can be defined as the planet that we are living. This is referred to as the third planet from the solar system. It is the third planet from the solar system. When we are talking of the movement of the earth, dear students or dear viewers, it is of two types. It is of two types. The earth movement is of two types. The first one is called the rotation, where the earth moves on its own axis. When the earth attempts to move on its own axis, when it moves on its own axis, it is called the rotation. And the result of this movement, we get day and night. It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Dear viewers, when you hear the term rotation, it is closely related to movement of the earth. It's where the earth moves on its own axis, and it takes only 1 day or 24 hours to complete its one rotation. Another term related to this subtopic is about revolution. Revolution means movement of the earth. It is the movement of the earth around the sun. It's when the earth now, for the case of rotation, you say it is moving on its own axis. Now it moves around the sun. So the sun is at the center of the solar system and the earth moves around it. When it moves around the sun, it takes 366 days and 66 days to complete one revolution. So you can say that the earth revolves around the sun for 366 days. And the result of this movement, we get seasons of the year. We have 4 seasons of the year. These are, we have spring season, we have autumn, we have summer. Another concept that is related is, I have been talking of movement. The movement is just a change of position. You are here, then you go somewhere. We say that you are moving. Having said the movement, the two movements of the earth, dear viewers, there is a diagram. You have to look on the diagram where you can see the earth, how the earth revolves around the sun and the other bodies that are found in the solar system. Here you have to concentrate on this diagram where you can see how the earth moves around the sun. Then you can try to identify other things that can be found in the solar system. Before trying to name or to identify, or try to answer those questions related to the diagram, maybe let me add some more terms or vocabularies that are related to the movement of the earth. You have to know the meaning of the axis. We say that the earth moves on its own axis. What is this axis? This can be referred to as an imaginary line around that moves around it, which an object rotates. An object which, it's an imaginary line which an object rotates. This is an axis. Another term associated, it is not new to you, it is our sun. All of you knows what the sun means. This can simply be said as a hot ball of glowing gases. A hot ball of glowing gases that is found at the center of the solar system. It is the sun which is located at the center of the solar system where other bodies, including planets, are moving. So the sun is said to be the ball, a hot ball of glowing gases. It's very hot. Therefore, another term that is associated, that is related to this lesson, is about night. What is night? Night is said to be the result of rotation. When the earth rotates on its own axis, there is a time when part of the earth's sphere faces the sun. The part of the sphere of the earth's sphere faces the sun. When facing the sun, that part experiences the so-called that part of the earth's sphere that faces the sun called the day. And the other part, while the earth is moving on its axis, there the sun is referred to as a stagnant body that is not moving. So it is the earth that moves. So one part, a half of the earth's sphere, when faces the sun, that part can experience the day. The other part now, which is away from the sun, which is not facing the sun, can be referred as night. So night is simply said the part of the sun or half part of the sphere that is away from the sun. And the day, for that matter, is said to be a half part of the sphere that is facing the sun. Another thing, dear viewers, let us now do the question as I have asked you. You have to concentrate on the diagram showing the movement of the earth. The movement of the earth. In this diagram, we may find these planets and other terms that I've been explaining to you. So go and identify those parts, those elements, and answer the question. They are represented by letters. When you concentrate on this diagram, dear viewers, you can see a blank space represented by letter A. What is that? When you put much concentration, you can identify letter A is represented by an axis. And you said that an axis is just an imaginary line on which the earth moves on its own axis. An imaginary line where the earth moves with spine on it. Letter B is represented by an orbit. What is orbit? We said that, we have been saying that the earth moves around the sun. The earth moves around the sun for, 1 year. It takes 366 days. Now, when it is moving, it is move on its own axis, and moves. When it moves, it passes on something called an orbit. So orbit can be referred to as a way or a path on which the earth moves. So this part, it is called as a regular repeating path. Orbit is a regular repeating path that one object takes around another object. Regular repeating path that one object takes when moving around another object. Here we are talking of the sun and the earth. The sun, we said it is there, it is not moving, it is a stagnant body, but the earth is moving, so it moves on through the orbit or the path. That path is called an orbit. Part C, when you look at the diagram, you can see something represented by letter C. What is it? Letter C is representing the sun. That you have said it is a hot ball of glowing gases. It is the sun that makes it the solar system, because it is the sun, it is at the center, and all other bodies move around it. So the sun is identified or is represented by letter C. When you look at the diagram, dear viewers, you can see another object represented by letter D. What is it? Letter D represents the so-called night. It is because when you look at it, you can see half or part of the earth is very away from the sun. It is not facing the sun. So there is no visibility in that part of the earth, and we can say that it is the night. Letter E representing the day. When you concentrate on the diagram, you can see letter E representing the day. You can see that half of the earth sphere facing the sun. That means there is enough light, there is visibility. People can see one another, so we can refer the letter E as the day. Another thing is the earth. When you look at it, you can see letter F representing the earth. That is our third planet, as we have said, it is the third planet in the solar system. It is the planet that we are living, the only one that is supporting life. Now, dear viewers, having done so, you have now to do another activity. Activity number 2. You are supposed now to fill in the blank spaces shown in this, the blank spaces. You have to fill in the blank spaces. Would you please try to recall what we have just been discussing? Try to recall so that you can be able to remember the concept and the answer. Fill in the blank spaces correctly. Number 1, the question states that the earth dash on its axis. The earth dash on its axis. What is the earth doing on its axis? Can you try to recall and get the correct answer? So when there is axis and the earth, here we are talking of movement. Which movement does the earth do on its axis? It is rotation. So we can say that the earth rotates. Rotation is a name, but rotate, it is an action. It's an action. What is the earth doing? The earth rotates on its own axis. That is number 1. It takes dash to complete one rotation. Dear viewers, when you try to recall what we have discussed, you can answer this question. For how long does the Earth take to complete one rotation? I said that the Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. When we say 24 hours, it's just 1 day. The Earth takes 1 day to complete its rotation. Another question. It takes days to revolve or to move around the sun. It takes days to move around the sun. We have been told that the Earth moves around the sun, and the result is seasons of the year. When the Earth revolves around the sun, we get seasons of the year. For how long does it take to complete one revolution? For how long does the Earth takes to complete one revolution? The answer is this. It takes 366 days to complete one revolution. So the Earth revolves around the sun. It takes 366 days to complete one revolution. And for that matter, when we say 366 days here, we are talking over 1 year. So it is just 1 year the Earth takes to complete its revolution. And the result of it, we get seasons of the year. Another question, dear viewers, is about when facing the sun. When the Earth is facing the sun, it is called what? What do we call when part of the Earth is facing the sun? And how about when the Earth is away from the sun? What do we get when the Earth? We are talking of another type of another movement of the Earth. When the Earth faces the sun, what do we get? And what do we get when the Earth is not facing the sun? Dear viewers, when you remember, we said that when the Earth is facing the sun, we get the day. And when it is not facing, when it is away from the sun, we get night, or we experience darkness or night. The last question, dear viewers, is about the movement of the Earth. When the Earth moves, what is the result? What do we get when the Earth moves? When the Earth revolves around the sun. What do we get when the Earth revolves around the sun? Dear viewers, the result of revolution, the revolution of the Earth, or when the Earth revolves around the sun, it causes seasons of the year. It causes seasons of the year. These seasons of the year are the result of the Earth movement around the sun, which usually takes 1 year. So we have, can you recall the seasons of the year? The one we are experiencing now, it is called the autumn. How about the next one? After autumn, dear viewers, we get summer. How about after autumn we have summer, or in other places we can start with autumn, then we can get spring. After spring, dear viewers, we can get what can we get? After spring, we can experience winter, that is coldness. And the last one is summer. So when you are asked to analyze or to identify the seasons of the year, one is, you can start with the spring maybe. The next one, after spring, we get winter. After winter, dear viewers, we get autumn. And the last one is summer. That is the end of my presentation. Dear viewers, I insist you to keep on revising this lesson so that we can understand the concept. So keep on revising several times without forgetting to subscribe our channel, Eteta TV. This is Madam Chiku Ghaimo. Thank you very much for